Now, if I do what I do not will to do, it is no longer I who do it, but the sin dwells in me. That's the flesh that he's talking about, that wants to keep the spirit from acting. So this war is always going on. So he says, I find then a law that evil is present with me, the one who wills to do good. For I delight in the law of God, that is what is right, according to my inward man. But I see another law in my members, warring against the law of my mind, and bringing me into captivity to the law of sin, which is in my members. O wretched man that I am, who will save me? Oh yeah, the gospel, Jesus, right? So there was a question a little bit earlier about the law of sin and death from Romans 8. Well, it's here in Romans 7. And here I want you to see just how many times he uses the word law and how different they are. So there's a law that evil is present with me. That's not what we mean by law and gospel, although people preach it that way. But so this is just a truth. Evil's always with you. There's the law of God. That's what we mean by law and gospel. That is, the Ten Commandments are what God wills us to do. Okay. And he says, I delight in that. My faith loves the law of God, even though there is a fact that evil is present with me. That fact is this other law in my members, which wars against the law of my mind. What's the law of my mind? The law of my mind is faith. That's the delight in the law of God, which is the Ten Commandments. The law in my members is the law that evil is present with me, bringing me captive into the law of sin, which is in my members. Okay, so he used it like 5 different times there. It doesn't all mean law and gospel. And if you try to read law and gospel, and every time the English Bible says, or even the Greek Bible says law, you're going to have a lot of trouble. So what is he saying here? He's saying that there is a law which is to do good, that it doesn't save you. He's saying that your sin, your missing the mark, your folly, your inbred brutality, that's right there with you to fight against the good of the law, even when you, according to the law of the gospel, the truth that Jesus is risen, are regenerated to want to do that law. There's still a battle taking place in that to expose the distinction between yourself and God's salvation. And what you see, if you look at yourself too much, is, I can't be saved. What's going to happen? And the final answer is, well, Jesus saved you. Walk by the Spirit that believes that, not by the Spirit that rejects that, right? It's not about walking by the Spirit is not doing something, it's believing something. So who are you listening to? Are you listening to the one who says, you better shape up or you're not a Christian? Or are you listening to the one who says, I've got you, now keep going? That's the difference.